Your thoughts about Miami, because I put the Canes in this category. I would really, really like there to be a team in the ACC, and that team this year would be Notre Dame, but they don't play Notre Dame. They played Clemson. They are clearly not at Clemson's level. They lost by 4 scores. It wasn't a game. Everybody else that Miami's playing is NC State, Virginia, Louisville, Pitt. They're the 55th best teams in the country. I would love to see Miami play a top 15 team to see where they stand. I thought maybe that was coming with Virginia Tech and North Carolina. Maybe now I'm just thinking that's coming with North Carolina. But it will be a better test, I would think, this Saturday for Miami than what we've seen the last several weeks. So your thoughts about the Canes and De'Ara King so far?
Yeah, I talked to Cam a little bit about this, Cam Underwood, who I know you have on frequently. And the difference between like this year's Miami team and 2017 Miami, for example, when both you and myself and Cam as well weren't really totally believing in them being as good as they were when they won 10 games that year. I think the difference is the defense isn't quite as elite as it was that year, but they found a quarterback, and that's really been what's missing for Miami for a long time. Offensively, I think they're totally relying on De'Ara King, which is fine. I still think they're in search of healthy, confident, consistent skill makers on the outside, difference makers, rather, at the skill positions. And I think that De'Ara King makes up for a lot of the issues that they may have in that category. So he's been really, really good for them. And Virginia Tech struggles to defend dual threat quarterbacks, and I think this Saturday will be no different. Virginia Tech's a 2.5-point favorite for some reason. Still trying to kind of figure that one out. But this is a game where Virginia Tech's defense, given their struggles and their inability to tackle, this is going to be a really tough task for them on Saturday against a Miami offense that provides plenty of issues as long as De'Ara King's a quarterback. I mean, they're a real problem. So, yeah, it's going to be a difficult game for Virginia Tech, but it's one they certainly have to win. I think they match up well across the board if they tackle well, but that's been a big if at this point. De'Ara King's a game breaker.
The Canes had all sorts of issues throwing the ball deep the first 5 or 6 games of the year. They have obviously worked on that. They went 6 for 7 on balls thrown in the air more than 20 yards 2 weeks ago against Virginia. And then De'Ara King just lit it up against NC State, had just a remarkable game throwing the deep ball. And that's obviously been a focus of Red Lashley, improving in that area. This Virginia Tech-Miami rivalry goes back to the Big East days. It's a unique flavor because of what it's been in the past when they were fighting for Big East championships and then coming over to the ACC. Does the Hokie fan base have any particular thoughts, feelings, angst toward Miami that might be different than other teams in the ACC?
No, I mean, I think they have those thoughts about other schools like North Carolina, for example. Obviously, Tech doesn't like UVA very much, but not really Miami. I mean, I think the old Big East games, right, between Tech and Miami, those are a little bit different. I think the way that these two programs are now, I mean, I think Virginia Tech would love to beat Miami on Saturday, but I don't consider Miami to be like Virginia Tech's top rival from a fan base standpoint. I mean, like any other fan base, I mean, Tech doesn't like Miami very much, but I think if we're ranking them from a tier standpoint, I mean, it's definitely UVA and North Carolina, I think, are both ahead of Miami in that category.
Mike McDaniel, with a list of certainly platforms that he appears on, so check him out. Sons of Sat, BC Podcast ACC, Hokie Hangover, and also ESPN Blacksburg pregame Virginia Tech football games. Mike, we appreciate you stopping by and setting us up for the Hokies and the Canes on Saturday.
Yeah, appreciate it, Mark. Thanks.